is, what do we know about Joseph prior to this week's lesson's text? So what they're asking, before Joseph got to Potiphar's house and all of that, what do we know of Joseph? Does anybody know anything about Joseph before this lesson?
He had a coat of many colors.
He had a coat of many colors. That was one thing. Do anybody else know anything?
They sold him into slavery.
They sold him into slavery?
Yes.
Did they sell him into slavery?
Yeah, they did.
Okay. What else do we know about Joseph?
And then you remember, ain't he the one that when his father had sent for him, I maybe get him mixed up, sent for him when they had a famine in their land, and he sent for.
Yes, well, it wasn't something so to speak like that, but it's something similar. But you get into it, but you're getting closer. What else do you know about Joseph? What do we know about Joseph before this lesson?
Hey, Jesus.
Do you know anything about Joseph before we got to this lesson? Have you ever heard anything about Joseph in the Bible? What have you heard about Joseph?
Is that two Josephs in the Bible?
He had a coat of many colors.
And he was chosen by God.
He was chosen by God. What else do you know about Joseph? There's some other things about Joseph before this lesson that,
Ain't he Jesus' father?
No, that's a different Joseph.
I was thinking the same thing.
So we need to know about Joseph and his...
So there's two Marys, because there's two
Joseph.
There's several Marys in the Bible, and what I know there's two Josephs, but this particular Joseph, there might be several Josephs, but this particular Joseph was the son of
No.
Isaac, I think it was, and Rebecca. I believe they had children, many children. And Joseph and Benjamin were the last two children for them. Or it was Jacob's.
Esau.
It was one of those. I'm not going to quote it. I would have to go look
Jacob
about
and
it.
Esau's.
But this is where, what I can tell you what I know about Joseph.
Yeah, the brother was Jacob and Esau.
Joseph had brothers, right? And the brothers were jealous about him. Joseph was the dreamer, the one that always dreamt that they would bow down at him and worship him, and the brothers didn't like his dreams. Joseph's father loved Joseph, and they were jealous about the love that they were just jealous about Joseph all through it all. So what the brothers did was threw Joseph, if you remember, in a pit and left him to die. But his brother Benjamin, which was his real blood brother because they came from the same mother and father, they were the last two. And he told him, well, don't leave him down there. Let's just pick him up and put him on top of something. And what they did was he went back into Egypt. That's how he got to, I believe, to Potiphar's house. So Joseph was one that was ridiculed from he was a child. He had problems with his family, with his brothers, because they were jealous about him. And because his father loved him. His father loved him so much, that's why he made him a coat of many colors, and his brothers were very jealous about it. And when he loved his brothers so much, Joseph loved them, that when he would tell them all the dreams and all the secrets, and they were mad at him. They didn't like it because it sounded like it was something really, they were like, they're not going to worship him. They're not going to bow down to him. They're not going to respect him. So they beat him up and they ridiculed him. They didn't like him because who he was in the Lord. So that's who Joseph was before this story.